been quite a while since the Cocodona video, just over a year. But I've still been training quite a bit for ultra marathons. I did a few after that race. Kind of wanted to take a short little break from YouTube, but I'm back. So I'm also in my third semester of DPT school. So I'm going for my Doctor of Physical Therapy. So, quite busy, but still no excuse. I can pump out videos. It's just making more time. So currently I'm over here at Baird Creek, getting in some miles this morning. It's about 7 a.m. I have a race on the schedule. That is June 28th. It's the dawn of dusk, 24-hour. I did this race last year. With some of the conditions last year, it made it quite difficult. I ended up getting about 68 miles. But that got me 4th place. Let's just say some of the mud was ankle deep and the trail was destroyed. So hopefully this is a dry year, but we will see. So yeah, just coming out this Saturday morning here, getting in some miles. I'll probably do a longer run tomorrow. Let's get it in. I also recently started running in topos. So these are the Topo Ultra Venture 4s. And man, yes, I had to go white. As you can tell, they're starting to get a little dirty on the trail. But I really do like the white. I like to see it get dirty and kind of build character throughout the miles. So, but yeah, we're coming close to summer here in Wisconsin again. So everything is really turning green, and it's going to be a nice warm day today. I think the high near 75, almost 80. So, wow, we got to enjoy it, right? So I don't know how long I'll spend out here, but today is kind of like a just kind of movement on feet, nothing crazy, fast hiking. I think I'll spend 3 to 4 hours out here this morning, and then tomorrow with a long run of probably about 4.5, maybe even 5 hours. But recently, a big staple in my training has been weightlifting once again. So that's one of the goals I set for myself after Cocodona, is to get back in that weight room a lot. So I am going to the weight room 4 days per week, training all major muscle groups at least once per week. And we are lifting fairly heavy. So I've seen a big benefit in my running, of course, and just overall energy levels, strength, and out here endurance as well. So I kind of like being that two-dimensional athlete where I can kind of bounce back and forth between two different disciplines and then still perform very well out at races. So the ultimate goal for this 24-hour race is going to be 100 miles. I would like to go sub 24 in the 100, and I think this is the perfect spot to do it. So it's a 4.2 mile loop, give or take, and each loop has about 330 feet of gain. So not necessarily flat, but not crazy. I would get a lot of elevation gain there in 100 miles. I actually have done a 15.5-hour race at that same location, dawn to dusk, back in 2022, where I ran 68 miles again. So just goes to show you, I was on pace right there for a sub 24. So if I could just dial in the training, nutrition, things like that, I should be good to go. What I will say is one benefit of it being so early in the season is there's no bugs yet, just spider webs. No mosquitoes, no deer flies, but they'll be coming soon. Also, shout out to Distance Empty Podcast, Peter, Kevin. Appreciate what you guys do for the 200 community. Got a fair amount of rain yesterday. A couple thunderstorms came through, so I do expect this creek crossing up here to be a little high. But someone built a little bridge with like some fallen logs up ahead, so I'm going to check that out if I can't cross in my normal area. A lot of sediment. That's why we got murky waters. Fun fact, I during one of my years in undergrad actually did water research in my local community, where we sampled like, it was like 9 or 10 different sites, and you wouldn't believe what's going into Lake Michigan. This is where I normally cross, and it doesn't look too bad actually. We will cross this. But yeah, you can tell the water's quite murky. All the sediment coming down through. Here's another crossing that was built fairly recently. I want to say within the last year. You can tell it's all tied up. But not too bad. Pretty stable. All right, just rounding out the first hour here, and feeling really good. You know, training's been going really good for this. I actually ran a marathon 2 weeks ago and set a PR. So I ran the Epic Marathon. It was the inaugural year. It's the Epic Center here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. But I ended up running a 3:27, which is a huge PR for me. Like a 45-minute PR. So I'm really happy with that. And, you know, I didn't do much speed work for that. So it goes to show you, you know, I'm capable of some great things. Especially if I put in a lot of good speed work. Because my focus has always been long distance, ultra running. How far can I go? You know, how far can I push my body? But just doing that marathon kind of showed me, you know, I think I'm capable of a sub 3. So it's not really a goal right now, but eventually I would like to train pretty hard for that. So maybe in the next few years. But still, if you know me, you know I like going long, far, not worried about pace. Just what is the body capable of and how far can I go? So, but yeah, rounding out now we're here and just enjoying the beautiful weather. Nice cool morning to start, but it should heat up soon. You guys know me, I like to eat some real food out on the trail. Oh, this is a new addition over here on Mars Loop. I've not seen this. So this is very new. Awesome. This must have been put in during the volunteer day, which I unfortunately missed. No excuse. Just, honestly, I didn't put it on the schedule. So one thing I've been doing is I've been doing a lot more hiking lately, and I'm kind of incorporating that into my training as well. I've been doing that because I enjoy, you know, getting out early, getting out before sunrise, and what I'll do is I'll bring a freeze-dried meal with me, and I will, you know, heat that up on the trail with my stove. So just incorporating that extra weight as well to, you know, fuel the rest of the run. So that's one thing I think that's going to benefit me when I get back to the 200 scene, because over the next few years I don't really have an extended break, at least during when these races happen. So if I was to do a 200, it would probably be a solo 200, just kind of self-supported thing. But that's besides the point. At least at this point right now, the focus is 50 miles, 100 miles, local races here in Wisconsin, because there's quite a few I haven't done. But I think having those freeze-dried meals and hiking and kind of just bringing it with me, eating it, getting back on the trail. I'm getting those calorie dense nutrition that I need to fuel the rest of the run. So especially when you don't have aid stations to rely on, right? Because at 200s you do have that aid station that is cooking burgers, bacon, eggs, fuel that is a little bit more calorie dense than these gels that we rely on in these shorter races. But I will say, in some of my previous training, at least going into like Cocodona and things like that, my nutrition outside of race nutrition was not adequate. For the last few months, I've really started to take a deeper dive into nutrition. Just as a clinician or as a future clinician, I need to practice what I preach, right? So really being mindful on what I eat and how that makes me feel. How does that fuel my performance, not only ultra running wise, but academically? Something I want to focus on, something that I am focusing on, and it's made me feel so much better. Duh. I've taken numerous nutrition courses in my undergrad, but I always thought, I need to eat these fast food calorie dense meals to recover. That's just not the case, guys. It's nice to splurge once in a while, but I was doing it all wrong. It's kind of embarrassing, but I will say my performance out on the trail, my performance academically has improved a ton since I have dialed in my nutrition. So really looking forward to see where we can go with this, on top of some really hard training. And that's something I've always been great at, is kind of getting out the door. But I was missing that puzzle piece of the nutrition. So if you look closely, you can see a deer right there. He's just inside the creek. He's probably gonna run. Oh, look at. Yeah, just finished the west side loop there at Baird's and ran into a runner, Darren. So shout out to Darren, nice meeting you. Great pace, man. You were killing it. So I kind of just I pushed a little bit with him there, and quality runner. So he's kind of just building back his endurance and consistency out here on the trail to hopefully do a trail marathon. So best of luck in your training, Darren. And it's about 2 hours 20 minutes in, so about 40 minutes left in the run here, and body feels great. I've really pushed on that back, or that west side, the whole loop. It's about a 4-mile loop, pretty much pushed the whole time. So wasn't really anticipating doing that, but the body was feeling good. So now these back half 40 minutes, kind of some fast hiking, some slow paced in the back half, but what a beautiful day. It's heating up though too. Just closing in on 3 hours in the trail. I got a good amount of gain, good amount of miles, and just building up that endurance for the Dawn to Dusk 24-hour. We are just about a month out, so a few more weeks of some heavy training, and maybe a week taper, and we'll be on our way to the goal. I would really like a sub 2400 mile there, so hopefully the weather plays well for us and we can achieve that. Either way, gonna push myself and see what we're capable of. So thanks for watching, guys, and welcome back. You can follow me on Strava, just Cameron Mueller, Instagram at Mueller Cameron, and right here on YouTube. See you guys again soon. Let's get this.